everyone, hope you guys are doing really well. Today we have a little bit of a different video and I'll be sharing with you a game called Hotel Business Simulator. Thanks to the devs for giving me early access to the game so that I can share it with you guys.
Over the years, my passion for the hotel business grew. Finally, the moment came when I decided to turn my dream into a reality. I purchased this building and will make it the best hotel in the area where guests will feel special. First, I need to get the room ready for the guests to move in.
Starting off, it reminds me of the game Hotel Renovator, which I've also played on the channel a few times. When you first load up, it gives you a little bit of a tutorial just telling you to furnish a room with the necessary items. I went a little heavy and wasn't really paying attention to the necessary items part, and I just go ahead and buy a few different things like lamps, side tables, and some plants and things like that too. It did take me a bit to realize you have to buy the items you want from the computer at the front desk and then they get delivered to you, which I think is kind of cool. So you have to go out and get them in when the delivery comes in, and then they go into your inventory for you to be able to place them down. Like I mentioned, I went a little bit heavy-handed and didn't just get the necessary items, but I ended up getting there in the end and just putting down the necessary items like a bed, a shower, a sink, and a toilet. As you level up, you get reviews and more stars, which then allows you to buy more items. There aren't a ton of items at the moment, and there isn't very much you can do in the way of decorating. There are some decor items, which is nice, and some floor and wall colors or patterns and stuff that you can choose from, but you can't really change the colors of individual items. Like the name suggests, the game focuses more on the business side of like having a hotel business than it does on the decorating side of things, but that can always change. They could always change it down the line where you are able to decorate a little bit more. But it does remind me a lot, as mentioned, of the game Hotel Renovator, where it's sort of like you run the hotel and you can also renovate the hotel as well. Once the guest leaves the hotel, you need to clean up their room, which they tend to leave in a pretty big mess. You need to wash the bedding as well before the room is clean enough for another guest to stay in it. Although I don't know if you can actually just give the room to another guest without it being cleaned first. I haven't tried it, but I don't know if that would work, and maybe it would. Maybe they would just give you like a really bad review at the end of it. I'm not too sure. I was glad that I ended up actually buying 2 washing machines when it told me I had to like buy a washing machine, because things got a little wild at some point where there were multiple rooms obviously that needed to be cleaned and new guests were arriving and they kept tapping the bell, and I only had 4 rooms available, so there wasn't like that much of a choice, and that got a little bit wild with only 4 rooms available. And of course I ran out of money because I was stupid and didn't just buy the essentials for the rooms, so there wasn't really much that I could do other than just kind of like standing around waiting for guests to leave so that I could get a little bit of money to sort of like clean their room and slightly upgrade it a little bit with like a mini fridge or stuff like that. It would be nice if you could like buy more bedding for the beds rather than having to keep washing the one bedding that is on the bed, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. It took me a while to get to 2 stars, but once you do, you can then buy more rooms and hire staff, and obviously you can buy more furnishing items which are better quality, and then the rooms are then better quality, and they go for more money, so in turn you end up getting more money and everything like that. You need more stars to buy some of the rooms, like 2 stars or 3 stars, and the rooms also become a little bit more expensive to buy. So as I said, you can hire staff once you get to 2 stars, but I didn't have any staff available to hire or anything, so I didn't manage to do that. Though I was able to upgrade or get 2 stars, and then I started to upgrade one of the rooms with the better quality furnishing items, but I ran out of money again. I kept running out of money because I kept buying sort of like unnecessary items for the rooms, and then a lot of the rooms actually wanted like mini fridges and then alcohol to obviously stock the mini fridges and stuff like that. I only had 4 rooms, but it was becoming a little bit of a trouble because I didn't have any money to really do anything else with, so I was hanging around for a little while just like waiting for guests to come and leave. You only get the payment obviously once the guests have left the hotel. So your character does get tired towards the evening and starts yawning, and the screen actually goes a little bit blurry, like on and off, until you sort of like decide to go to sleep, which by the way, your bed is in the basement and it's kind of creepy down there. That's where the laundry is. But yeah, the blurry vision is not something I'm a super fan of. It would be nice if there was a way to turn it off. There isn't very much in the way of settings for this game either at the moment. So overall, I personally think the game has potential. There are a lot of like simulator games out there where like you run a business, like a gas station, a hairdresser's, different like a pub, a bar, stuff like that. Like there's a lot of simulator games out there. I think this one has potential, but as I mentioned, it does remind me a lot of the game Hotel Renovator. I am curious if at some point you will be able to renovate or like change the style of the building or the outside and get more furnishings than what you have at the moment if you like upgrade your star level and stuff like that, just to be able to sort of decorate the lobby areas and the like common areas inside the hotel. The game, as it pretty much clearly states, is more of like a business simulator game rather than a sort of renovating, decorating, design type game. So bear that in mind if you do want to check this out. There isn't a huge amount you can do in the way of decorating and designing the rooms. There are a few like color swatches and a few different items you can choose from, like bedding and everything like that once you get your star level up, but it is more focused on like just running a hotel rather than actually sort of like running it and designing it. I would really like for your character to have their own room as well, like somewhere, because sleeping in the basement is just not where I want to be, and the bed down there is kind of really creepy. So there's that. And I would like for your character to like have their own room and stuff like that, and it would be cool if once the hotel gets to a certain point, then you could start to sort of like renovate it as a whole to make it just a whole lot better, in turn obviously bringing you more money, which is like the business obviously side of the game and everything like that. But yeah, I'm glad I got to give it a try, and again, thank you to the devs for giving me early access to the game so that I can share it with you guys. Let me know in the comments what you think of it, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little random commentary video. I was going to do a bunch of annotations like I do with my like other design speed build like house flipper videos and stuff like that, but I thought it might be a little bit too much, so I thought it would be easier if I just talk to you guys for a change. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this. I will leave the game link in the description as well if you are interested in checking out or anything like that. If you like design videos, house building videos, renovating, everything like that, then check out the other videos on my channel as well. Hopefully there is something that you like there, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye.